Welcome back, y'all, or welcome if you're new. I'm Zip, and today we are talking about my tubal ligation, aka getting your tubes tied. Now, the reason why I wanted to make this video is because I'm a review girl. So before I get anything done, or I go anywhere, or I do anything, I'm going to look up reviews from surgeries to the dentist office, from the grocery store to the restaurant. I'm looking up reviews. So I couldn't really find like any good reviews on getting your tubes tied. And when I say good reviews, I mean like I couldn't find any like video reviews where anybody's explaining the process or what to expect. I also couldn't find any even like online written reviews that were really worth like reading to kind of figure out what the experience is. And we all here got anxiety, so getting surgery done, that's scary. And I was freaking out. So on the whole ride there, I'm like in the car crying, panicking, holding hands, all kinds of crap. Because I was scared, y'all. I really was. But it honestly was not anything like I expected. It was not anything bad. It was actually pretty smooth, quite frankly. And when I got to the hospital, I had the best team of nurses and doctors, which I already knew who my doctor was because he's my gynecologist. But the nurses and the anesthesiologists and everybody turned out to be absolutely freaking great. So here is how it gets started. So of course, first, you need to let your doctor know, hey, I'm done having kids. It's time. It's time. It's time for me to get my tubes tied. Like my doctor tried to argue me down about it. Because he felt like, I was under 35. He only had 4 kids. Only, like, sir, 4 is enough. When you multiply that by 3, you got 12. I got 12 kids because it's 3 to 1. Each child acts like 3. So we done here. Just tie these tubes and let me be married. I even told him we was going to celebrate when it was over with. And I did a little dance in the office at my checkup because I wasn't playing. Like, these tubes is tied, honey. Okay, so, once you convince your doctor, like, yeah, this is it. This is really what I want to do. And this is what we're doing. Then they're going to send you for, like, labs and stuff like that. So I had to get a PAP before mine, which I don't know if that was just because I was due for one. So they wanted to do it first, or this routine. I'm not sure. But I got a PAP before mine. I also had to do a urine pregnancy test. So you will be tested to make sure you're not pregnant before you get your tubes tied. I also had to do blood work. So your blood work kind of depends on what's going on with you. I have some underlying health issues, so my blood work was pretty extensive. But, if you're pretty healthy, then you ain't got to get all that blood taken and poked and prodded and all that good stuff. So once I made it past all that, the hospital, because you go to the hospital to pre-register, they gave me a bag, like a little goodie bag with all this wonderful surgical soap and these surgical wipes. So keep in mind, I did not get my tubes tied right after I had my baby. So basically my baby is about to be 4 months and I got my tubes tied almost 4 weeks ago. So yeah. In the bag, there's like 2 bottles of surgical wash and a pack of 6 wipes and a sheet of paper with instructions. This stuff, because y'all, my mama asked me to stop cussing. This stuff was aggravating, y'all. Like, this was the most aggravating part of the process, is actually prepping for it the night before. Had I had my baby in the hospital, I had my baby at a birth center, I would have just got my tubes tied, like, right after, like, my best friend did, because that's smart. But because I did not have my baby at the hospital, I had my baby at the birth center, so I had to wait. So in the bag, the first bottle, you got to take it out and you literally have to squeeze the whole bottle out into your rag and like wash your entire body except for around your eyes and your genital areas, because the type of wash that it is will mess you up. So don't be washing down there with that stuff. So then after I did that, then I had to get out of the shower. I had to wait an hour. And then you have to get like a new rag and a new towel and all that good stuff. So I had to wait an hour after I got out the shower. Then you open the pack of wipes. So there's 6 wipes in the pack. And in the pack, with the pack is the instructions. So it's literally like telling you the order in which to wipe your body down in with the wipes. So then I had to do that. Not only that, you're going to need somebody or maybe you might be good like me, because you got to wipe your back from like the top to the bottom. I did it by myself. Mine's probably wasn't wiped how it's supposed to be, but I did it by myself. Because I was at home with my kids by myself, and I didn't want my daughter coming to try to help me. She was doing kid stuff. So yeah. After that, then you lay down, you go to sleep, and then you make sure you get up in the morning in time enough to take that long behind shower again. So yes, you gotta get up the next morning and take the same shower with a whole bottle of this wash, and then wash your whole body with it all over again. But the second time you do it, you do not have to put the wipes. You don't have to use the wipes afterwards. This time, you take your shower and then you hop in the car and you go to the hospital. Okay, so when you get ready to get in the car, please don't be freaking out on the way there. Like, I was tripping, y'all. I was crying on the way there. My kid's dad and my kids rode and dropped me off. I didn't think you could take nobody with you because of COVID. So, I just had them drop me off. But apparently, I actually could have. But I was okay by myself. I was greeted by my nurse. She took me back. They prepped me. So, it was really cool. Like, it was nothing like my freaking anxiety was making me think it was gonna be. They put my gown on. They made me take my socks off because I came in my own socks. They made me take my socks off and put their socks on. And then the only thing special I think that I had to do was the hair bonnet. They made me put on a hair bonnet because they didn't want my hair out during the surgery. And then they also put the leg compressor things that keep you from getting blood clots while you're in surgery. So you're gonna have those hooked up on your legs. You're gonna have all of that. Your anesthesiologist is gonna come talk to you. Your nurse, your doctor, they're all gonna keep making sure you know what you're there for, what you're getting, and that they're all on the same page. By the time the anesthesiologist came back, I was chilling. I was ready to go. I wasn't scared no more. I was calm. And my team was actually really cool. I had 2 anesthesiologists, and I actually had 3 nurses with me. The nurse that checked me in, and then the 2 nurses that were watching me during the surgery. And then you got the anesthesiologist, and then the other anesthesiologist, he said he was just going to be standing by my side. He said he was my guardian angel, y'all. He was like, I'm going to sit right next to you and make sure you're breathing the whole time. I was like, oh, thank you, because I don't want to die. So yeah, they kept me alive. They made sure I was breathing. Now I have to say, I don't know what's in that anesthesia, but y'all, that was like, it's not the best sleep because I didn't know I was asleep, but it was like the best going to sleep. Like, I know that sounds crazy, but I'm a person where it take me a minute to go to sleep. I got anxiety. It's not easy to go to freaking sleep. So when he administered it, he's like, they were rolling me to the OR while he's administering it in the IV. And he's like, you're going to feel just, a little bit woozy maybe, but I promise you're okay. By the time we get you down there, you're probably going to go to sleep. Y'all, I kid you not. Like, the moment he started squeezing that junk, I just was sitting up there like, it was like, listen, the sleep was coming, honey. They got me into the OR. I was still woke when they transferred me from my bed to the OR table. And it was like right when they did that, they asked me something. And I couldn't even answer. Like, I barely got out whatever my answer was. And then it was lights out. Just like that. Like, I was good in sleep. Now, when I woke up, okay, so I have blood pressure problems. When I went in, my blood pressure was perfectly fine. So this just kind of going to tell you, like, the pain level when you first wake up. Because I just assumed that maybe they couldn't give me pain medicine until I fully woke up. Because they had not given me pain meds until right when I woke up, the nurse put it in the IV. But initially, when I first started waking up, I couldn't open my eyes yet, but I could hear everything around me. And I could hear my blood pressure going up. I could hear it like starting to ding because it was going up. And it was because I was waking up and I was starting to feel the pain. I'll never understand how people get BBLs, liposuction, none of that. Because when I say these 2 little incisions felt like, who did it and why? Who did it and why? It was me who did it. Well, the doctor did it. Why was because of me. Yeah, So when I first woke up, I was in a whole lot of pain. I was in so much pain that a Percocet did not help me. And they actually had administered a different pain medicine in the IV before they gave me the Percocet, and I was still in pain. My first day of recovery was the absolute worst. I will not sit here and sugarcoat it. I will not tell a lie. Is this something bearable? Is it something you can get through? Yes. If you can have a baby, then you can get your tubes tied. However, your first day of recovery is not fun. My pelvic area, so the incisions themselves did not actually hurt. Like the actual cuts were not bothering me and have not bothered me. Well, no, I'll get into the bottom cut because it had a little bit of an issue. But it's just kind of like it was, I don't know. I can't even really explain that pain. Like, it's almost like you having a period, but like on 1,000. Matter of fact, now I remember what I kept saying while I was in pain. I kept saying, I feel like I'm having another baby. I feel like I'm having another baby. Because I really did feel like I was having another baby. So it's kind of like labor pains on the first day. You know. But the pain medicine miles it down. So when I finally got like my actual prescription of Percocet and Ketorolac, I between the two, I was okay. By day 3, I didn't even want pain medicine no more. Day 2, I only wanted pain medicine just because my back was hurting. I have back cramps and I labor in my back. So I was having a lot of back pain, and I will say it felt like my ovaries was just kind of in there like doing this. Like, I don't know. Somebody was just like squeezing them things. So I will say it took me at least the first week to feel okay. I don't know why these people be telling us that in 2 days we'll be able to get up and go back to work and da-da-da-da, because that was not the case. Like 2 days later, I was still in a lot of pain. I was still very uncomfortable. I was still very swollen. So, I mean, I don't actually work at the moment. I start working in a couple weeks, y'all. But people who do work, take some time off from work. Take at least a week off from work if you get your tubes tied. Because I'm here to tell you that whole 48 hours you'll feel better, it's a lie. It's a lie. It's a whole lie. It's a lie. Don't let them lie to you. Don't let them lie. But the recovery was smooth. Like I said, the cuts were perfectly fine. The one on my navel never ever bothered me at all. The one at the bottom though, they put an incision literally right up under my fupa. Yeah. And I'm like, why would you put that there? It's sweat under there. Like, it's going to get infected. So there was a point where I did think it was getting infected, and they had me start putting coconut oil on it. That helped. But then my underwear like rolled under my stomach. Y'all don't judge me. I'm fat. I gotta listen. Like my mother-in-law say, this swag. You got it. This is a lot of swag. So yeah. The bottom cut, my underwear got stuck under my stomach. When I like went to unroll them, the surgical glue came off, and whenever it did that, it pulled like a little piece of my suture out some, and I started bleeding. So when I started bleeding out, I called them like, hey, I'm bleeding. But they were like, as long as you're not bleeding profusely, you're fine. Just give it a minute to stop, and then put some more coconut oil on it, and then make sure you keep it clean and dry. So that's what I did. 2 days later, all the pain that I was feeling from that was gone. If it was getting infected, the coconut oil knocked that clean the heck out, because like I said, 2 days after that, I was perfectly fine. The cut didn't hurt no more. It went down. I did have a knot next to my bottom incision, but it's going away. They told me to keep massaging the knot with coconut oil. I was scared to touch it, because when I was touching it, it was making me so freaking nauseous. Like at the doctor's office, I had to push their hand off of it when they were checking it, because touching it was making me extremely nauseous. But turns out it wasn't a blood clot or a hernia. I don't even know. I don't know why that little knot was there, but it's gone. I can still feel a piece of my stitch sticking out my wound. So I'm actually gonna call them soon and ask them about that. Cause yeah, is it supposed to fall off or what? But I will say the Tubal experience altogether, I feel like it's worth it if you really don't want to have any more children, or if you just overwhelmed with the children you got, whatever your case may be. I mean, people got different reasons for not wanting to have kids. Some people don't want kids at all. So whatever the reason, a tubal might be for you. And it wasn't that bad. And here we are 4 weeks later, and I'm doing perfectly fine. Cuts healed perfectly fine. And I might even throw in some pictures of the cuts. They left really small scars. Like, and my stomach's so jacked up from having babies, like, child scars just like blending in with the stretch marks. So, you know, ain't nobody gonna notice. It's cool. But I hope that this review on my tubal ligation helps somebody else. And, you know, comment. Let me know. Let me know how your tubal went. I hope it go good, girl.